All right, everyone. Well, happy brand new 2020, 2022. That's sad to say that 5,000 times over. Thank you guys for joining for the live stream here today. I want to go through with you in terms of choosing one word. And first, we're going to go ahead and talk about what is one word. Second, we're going to talk about why do one word. And then I'm going to walk you through some questions in terms of how to go ahead about the process of choosing that one word. So first, a little background in terms of why one word. Like a lot of us, some of us have goals that we're continuing from last year and moving forward into 2022 with. Some of us wanted to do the first year as a reset, to go ahead and challenge us to grow for the brand new year. And some of us are just like, you know what? I just need something to focus on. That's why choose one word helps in doing so. So in terms of myself, background on me, I've done this one word probably in some form for close to 8 to 10 years. And over the last 3 to 4 years, I read the book called One Word That Will Change Your Life. It's by John Gordon. He wrote the books such as Energy Buzz. He wrote books, The Coffee Bean. It's a very, very simple book. And what it does, it just really talks about, what's the purpose of doing one word? And like I said before, is that, we have all these goals. We have all these things that we want to achieve and grow. I think most of us do. Is that sometimes we just need that anchor that goes ahead and brings us back to center. One of the first years I did the one word was the word that I chose was the word called peace. It was not the word that initially came to mind. I'm looking at two different video cameras here, by the way. And it just kept on coming to me. And I'm like, okay, well, why the word peace of all words? And I remember sitting down with my family and I, we do this one word as well. And they asked me at the kitchen table, hey, have you chosen your one word yet? I'm like, no, not yet. Well, liar, pants on fire. I actually did choose my one word. I actually didn't choose it. It was a word that kept on speaking to me. So I ended up having to go to the grocery store to do an errand. And it was Piggly Wiggly in Oconomowoc. And got out of the store, was at the stoplight. I looked over to my right and there's a church. And you know how churches have that bulletin board? Well, on that bulletin board, it said this phrase, peace be with you. I'm like, seriously, this is going to be the word. Okay, fine. So it was amazing that year of how important the word peace was to me. The next year, I chose the word of 2020, the word consistent. As we all know, we had the year of inconvenience with COVID and whatnot, and it really forced me to be consistent. Last year, I chose the word create. And, honestly, when I chose that one word create, it was somewhat haphazardly. I was in a business meeting and I talked to them the years before about choosing one word. And it just a word that I just decided to choose. And to be honest with you, it didn't really challenge me, it didn't really grow because I love creating. It's something, it puts me in the space of, okay, I want to create. So yeah, we had a great year. I mean, we actually had a phenomenal year. But I don't really feel it like really challenged me to grow. So let's talk about one word. First off, I got some notes here. I'll be looking down on my notepad to go ahead and keep us on pace for this. And thank you for all of you guys who are joining us live on Instagram. You're joining us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook Live. Happy New Year to you all. So what can your one word be? It could be a noun. It could be a verb. It could be, oh, wait a second here. I just realized that I wasn't live in one of the things. Hi there for you guys on Instagram. I just realized that I wasn't live on one of the Instagram feeds there. Just saw that right now. So we're talking about one word, and choosing one word that helps you prioritize and focus your goals for 2022. So first off, what can one word be? It could be a noun, it could be a verb, it could be an adverb, it could be a discipline, it could be a spiritual focus, it could be a value. A lot of different reasons words can be, but here's a key that it should be when you choose your one word. And thank you for those you guys who are joining us live on my personal Instagram. I noticed that we're about 6 minutes behind, and because I forgot to go live on that one. So thank you for joining us. So when you choose your one word, it should inspire you and challenge you. That's what it for sure should do. It should inspire you and challenge you to grow, right? Because change is automatic, progress is not. All right, change is automatic, progress is not. So here's some things to some questions you could ask yourself when deciding and receiving your one word. So first off, look at this past year. You know, what went well, what didn't go so hot, you know, and ask yourself this question when choosing your one word. What do you need? What areas in your life need the most change and why? What do you need and what areas need the most change and why? Now, when I looked at actually, I did the whole exercise myself too, is I want more closer relationships. I want to live a life of even higher standards. I want to have better planning and execution. And when you sit down and just simply look and ask this question, because all progress was preceded by a question, is what areas do I need the most change and why? Not the areas that I want, but what areas do I need the most change and why? So that's the first question to sit down and ask, and grab yourself a pen and paper and just answer that question. I think it's so important to write things out, because when you write it out, you actually bring it to life. You make it real. Second question asked when going ahead and deciding and to receive your one word is this: what's in my way? What is preventing me from taking that next step in my life? Whether that be in your relationships, whether that be in your professional life, your personal life, in your business. What is preventing me from pushing forward? It could be a belief, a self-limiting belief. So that's the second question to go ahead and really ask yourself is, what's in my way? Okay, what is preventing me from moving forward? Here's the third question to ask. What needs to go? What needs to go? For me, I got still some extra weight that I'm releasing, so that needs to go. I've got some habits that don't serve me well that need to go. Comfort zone. You know, I've been really fortunate and blessed to have a really great life that it's been taking a lot of seeds and a lot of work to do. And I hadn't, if you asked me 15, 20 years ago if I'd be at the space I'd be at, I'd say yes, yet it didn't take as much work as I thought it did. I think that's a lot of times what happens when we come up with thoughts in our minds, is that we think that it's Mount Everest that we have to climb. And sometimes the how is what keeps us from taking that step, that first step towards that climb. And sometimes when you just go ahead and take that leap of faith and just jump in, and all of a sudden you get in the habit of going forward and moving forward, you realize, holy smokes, like this didn't take as much work as I thought it would take, yet it still took work. It took work of getting outside of your comfort zone. So when you think about your one word, just be honest with yourself. Get real with yourself. What needs to go? And then it could be like, for me, I have injuries. I have injuries that just need to go. Injuries need to go. So those are your first questions to ask. Now, the questions were again, number one, what do I need? Not what do I want in my life, what do I need in my life? The next question is, what's in my way? What's preventing me? And the third question is, what needs to go? What needs to be, you mean, like released, gone, out of here? And here comes the fourth question. Actually, before the fourth question is this. Take a moment to look at all the things that you wrote down. What's a recurring theme? What's something you see that keeps on coming up? Again, it's when you choose your one word, your one word should inspire you and challenge you. Like I said, last year, my one word was create. And I was sitting in a space of goodness. Like, I like to create things. It wasn't really challenging me to get to that next level. So look at that theme, the recurring theme that's going on, and then really like surrender it. And ask this question. What is it that you want to do in me and through me? And you're asking this to the universe. You're asking this to, you know, a higher being. It could be God. It could be, you know, whoever is the place where you place your faith in besides yourself. If it's all 100% you, hey, rock and roll, whatever that may be. But what is it that you want to do in me and through me? And just listen and take it in. Because words are going to start jumping out at you. And then there's going to be that word that really, you know, it just keeps on coming up and coming up, and they're coming up. And I was like, okay, this is word for this year is inspiring me, and it's challenging me to grow. Because that's what it's about. Because you're going to sit down, you're going to write down goals and things that you want to do. Yeah, you're going to always need that one place to go back to. And that's your one word. One word is almost like your battle cry. If I said to you, hey, it's K-U-K-K-I, cannot pronounce your name, I'm not going to butcher it. I'll try, but Cookie Umpire, if we're going to say that what's that one word that's going to be your new name for 2022, what would be that one word that you would want it to be for you? All right, so there are the 4 questions to go ahead and ask. Is number 1, what do I need? 2, what's in my way? What's preventing me from moving forward in my life to get into that next space? Write the answers to these questions down. 3, what needs to go? What do you need to release? And 4 is, what do you want to do in me and through me? And then look at the recurring theme and see which words stand out to you. So now you got to have an action plan, right? It's one thing to go ahead and answer these questions. And I highly encourage you to grab yourself a journal, grab yourself a notebook, and answer these questions. And just be truly honest with yourself, because there's no wrong answer here, because this is about you. You got to put things in action. So here's your action plan to do that. So like last year, I'm like literally doing this on the spot real quick here. Create was my word. So this is a reminder of my one word from last year. All right, so we made, I didn't make, Daniil made boards like that. So create a constant reminder. It could be on your phone. I know some people, what they'll do is they'll take a picture and put it on their phone. Look for quotes, look for stories around your one word, your one rare word. And make sure to put it in a place where you can see it. Maybe other people can see it. You need to have that constantly reminder, because where we put our focus is where our energy is going to go to. If you focus on something consistently enough, that's what's going to expand. All right. So the purpose of choosing one word for 2022 is to expand your life, in your health, and when you're playing sports, in your job, in your relationships, and to grow. All right. Second action item to do with your one rare word is share your word with others. A stretch team. And here's the good thing about this: when you share with others, give them permission to ask you about your one word. Okay, give them permission to ask you about your one word. And this serves a few different purposes. One, it helps keep you accountable to that one word, because life can be distracting. There's a lot of things that are demanding your attention. And so when you give others permission to check in with you on that word, it's like, how's your, one word of, togetherness going? How's your one word of discipline going for you? How's that one word of, growth going for you? All right. So share your word with a stretch team. Give them permission to ask you about it. And then I think third is this: keep a journal. Document your journey. You're going to have your ups and downs in regards to the word. And there's going to be times which you fall off the trail. And there's going to be times when you're going to be like, I'm not doing so hot on my word. And that's the purpose of a word. It's to help you grow. It's to help you keep your goals and the dreams that you want to achieve in 2022 in front of you. And if you got a one word that you've already decided on for this year, make sure to put it in the comments. Hashtag this phrase right here, hashtag one rare word. Hashtag one rare word, because this is your word. I've done this exercise in a group of 30, 40 people in a room, and people came up with all different words. And I'm telling you this, I got to be straight with you on this, is that you're going to go ahead and think about your one word, and it's going to be the head word. It's because you want to sound cool, you want to be cool. It's not about that. It's about having something that's going to inspire you and challenge you to grow. All right. I wanted words like motivational, inspirational, but those were Tony words. Like, those are words that I came up with. Those aren't words that were given to me, that I received. So when the words of peace and consistent, and I would say even create, came to me, that's when I grew. So create a constant reminder as your action plan. Number two, share your word with a stretch team, people that you trust, that that will ask you about your word, because it's easy to remember one word. You can forget about all the other words. Like on my wall over here, if I would give you my camera, you'd see a whole big note sheet of tons of people's words that we've talked to over the last year. And it was so crazy how some of their words came to life. One of the words, one of our people that get a chance to coach, his word was abundance. He wanted to live a very abundant life in 2022. And man, this guy took like 6-7 weeks of vacation, weekend getaways, and yet at the same time had their most productive year of their career. Another person's word was consistent. They wanted to get more consistent. Again, they had a record-breaking year in terms of their sales. Another person wanted to go ahead and believe. Believe was their one word. So there's all these different words that come up to place, and you'll have one that will speak to you. It'll ring to you. It could be while you're reading a book. It could be while you're watching a movie. It could be while you're listening to something. But your one word can be something for you. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. They say when they've interviewed people on their last moments on earth, if you were to look back at your life, what would you change? And the number one thing people say is that they regret not doing the things that gave them life, that the dreams and the goals that they wanted to achieve and go after. And because they were held back for one reason or another. They wanted just to go for it, to take that leap. That's the one biggest regret that a lot of people have. And every action that you take, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, moving forth and on, is like a vote for the type of person that you want to become. Think about that. Every action you take is like a vote for the person and even the legacy that you want to become and leave. Again, I'm Tony Jalen, and I am grateful for the opportunity that you guys all came here to watch live. You might be watching this later as well. If there's something that I can do in supporting you in living your one word in 2022, let me know. Shoot me a message. You can put it in the comments. And like some of you guys are watching on YouTube, some of you guys are watching on Twitter, Facebook, the Rare Leader Group, my personal Instagram, the Revenue Freedom Academy, wherever you're watching this today, I would like to know what your one is for 2022. We're in this together. Let's go ahead and talk about how our one word together in 2022 inspired us and challenged us to grow. Until next time, onward and upwards. Go out and be a rare leader, everybody. Take care.